is our priority.
We give justice for your curiosity.
Only here at
Essential News Patrol.
The Globe's latest news. I am Jane Erdubi Charlotte.
The country's hottest and sizzling issue. I am Japet John Gitan. Giving you truth, nothing but the truth, no bias, just news. And for our latest, hottest and unbiased news for today, for our local news, 2025 dengue outbreak spikes in South Cotabato. We have our head Central News Patrol, RD, to give us some details. RD?
The provincial government, in collaboration with the Integrated Provincial Health Office, has launched a province-wide anti-dengue campaign in response to alarming statistics released by the Provincial Epidemiology Surveillance Unit. According to the Provincial Epidemiology Surveillance Unit, from January 1st to February 2025, a total of 788 dengue cases were reported. This represents a concerning 24% increase compared to the same period last year. Reported dengue cases from various areas, including Coronadal, Polomolok, Santo Niño, Surala, Nurala, and Tiboli, which indicates they reached or exceed the epidemic threshold.
Thank you, RD, for the details. Another local news update. Mpox case in South Cotabato under control. We have our head Central News Patrol, Josie, to give us latest update from provincial officials.
South Cotabato officials report the lone confirmed case of monkeypox is under control, with no new infections reported. Governor Reynaldo Tamayo Jr. confirmed that the patient is a resident of Lake South Cotabato. Working isolation and contact tracing is completely done, while the source of infection remains under investigation. The patient reportedly had no recent travel history outside of South Cotabato. Governor Tamayo emphasizes the limited community interaction facilitated effective contact tracing. The Integrated Provincial Hospital Office confirmed the case on April 27, 2025, identifying it as the monkeypox clade 2 virus. This case was one of the two initial suspected cases reported on April 23, 2025. The suspected case, a resident of Tulunan, Cotabato Province, who sought the treatment in South Cotabato Provincial Hospital, also tested positive for monkeypox clade 2. The Governor Tamayo stressed that monkeypox is likely COVID-19. It is not airborne, spreading primarily through close contact and droplets, making it easier to contaminate. He reassured that the public of South Cotabato is prepared for any highlighted alert, urging residents to practice more good hygiene, disinfect surfaces regularly, avoid crowded areas, and report any symptoms immediately. This is Jimmy Olamso reporting.
That's very reassuring update. We will continue to monitor the situation and provide further updates as they become available. Thank you, Gypsy, for the details. Turning to national news, 2025 Philippine Senate election is fast approaching. We have Angel to give us more details. Angel?
The Commission on Elections has released a complete list of certified candidates for Senate seats in the 2025 Senate election. The 2025 Philippine Senate elections will be the 35th election members of the Senate of the Philippines. It will be held on May 12, 2025 within the 2025 Philippine General Election. The ruling administration of President Bongbong Marcos formed the Alianza para sa Bagong Pilipinas, composed of the Partido Federal ng Pilipinas, Lakas, Nacionalista, National Unity Party, and the Nationalist People's Coalition to contest the election. The Partido Demokratiko Pilipino, aligned with the Vice President Sara Duterte and the former President Duterte, endorsed Duterte. In the traditional opposition, Bam Aquino and Francis Pangilinan are running together under the liberal Back-Ibang umbrella, whereas Makabayan fielded a full slate run-led as the opposition ng Bayan. A survey just held days before election indicates a very tight race for most of the 12 senatorial seats that are up to grabs on May 12. As of May 8, 2025, 7:40 p.m., Administration Alianza para sa Bagong Pilipinas, Ben ACT-CIS, Representative Erwin Tulfo ranks first with a preference rating of 45%. This is the news for today. I am Angel Dime reporting.
Thank you so much, Angel. Another national news update about rice report or political rhetoric. The 20 peso rice promise. We have John to give us more details. John?
The promise of 20 pesos rice may remain a challenge, but is the highlights the bigger issue for food security and support for the farmers in the Philippines. As a nation to continue to push solution, many Filipinos still hold to hope. Thank you for your tuning. I am John Lloyd Moro Solis, and this has been your National News Update.
Thank you so much, John. For our international news, the world is facing a growing food crisis, pushing Filipinos to the brink of starvation. We have Luena, who has the latest update from the World Bank headquarters to explain the World Bank's response. Luena?
Around 250 billion people worldwide are now currently facing a crisis levels of famine, and that is a massive 33% jump from last year alone. And if urgent action is to be taken, experts warn that around 950 million people will also suffer from severe starvation for the next 2030. That is a wake-up call for the world, but there is hope. The World Bank steps up in a big way, partnering with the G20 Global Alliance Against Hunger and Poverty. They launched a powerful plan in aiming to support 500 million people with a special focus on supporting girls and women in developing nations. From expanding social protections to innovating cash transfer systems, they're also making sure that help goes out to those who need it most. And it doesn't stop there. In West Africa, the World Bank released a $200 million investment to boost the food sources in Senegal. This move is set to benefit around 600,000 people, including farmers who work hard in feeding their communities. Now, while reports shows that the situation is currently stabilizing, the gap between the rich and poor countries are still widening. The World Bank says a lot more long-term efforts are to be needed to build fair, resilient, and sustainable food systems for the future. The World Bank's bold idea serves as a beacon of hope. The global hunger is defeated, only time will tell. But the fight is on. For today, this is your international news update. I am Luena Ipira.
Thank you so much, Luena. Another international news update about global migration. We have Crystal here to provide further details on Germany's shifting approach to border control. Crystal?
Germany, the government is taking stronger action to control immigration. The German government now plans to genuine migrants at the border if they don't have the right documents. This means people who want to enter Germany will need to show proper paperwork. Germany also plans to restart deportation to countries like Syria, where the government says it's safe to send people back. The government is also pausing family reunification, which means many families cannot come together in Germany right now. These changes are making harder for some migrants, but the government says they are needed to keep the country safe and secure. Migration can be good and bad results. On the positive side, migration helps bring workers to countries where there are enough people to fill jobs. Migrants also send money back home, called remittance, which means helps their family. On the negative side, migration can cause problems like crowded cities, more pressure on healthcare and housing, and some tension between local and newcomers. Experts agree that countries need to find ways to help migrants while keeping their borders safe. Global migration impacts millions, and each country response shapes lives. Behind every migrant is a person seeking safety and better future. It's more than managing borders, it's about humanity. I'm Crystal, and that's the latest international news and global migration.
And that's all for the latest news for today. From global headlines to local stories, we've covered it all. I am John Gita.
And I am Dane Ertubi Shertek. We're source for unbiased news, committed to giving you the facts, only here on Head Central News Patrol.
Giving you the truth,
Nothing but the truth,
no bias,
just news.
Good day.